What was that Louis story? You had that funny Louis.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Woo! I am just now on good ground with Louis, and I have not told him this story, but it was an infamous one in our group of friends back in the day.
I remember it.
So remember Comedy Village? The old Boston?
Boston on 3rd Street?
A little bit.
It was on 3rd Street.
It wasn't CB's?
No, CB's was McDougal.
So it was like that way. Like
It was on West 3rd. It was next to Il Molino.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Firehouse.
Yeah. It then became like Zinc Bar.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. And so it was the Comedy Village in the West Village. The old Boston. It was the old Boston Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And I used to bark Monday nights. There was like a show there that this lady Daniela put on. And I would bark and List would host.
Hey, all right.
And this was like when we first started hanging out. It's 2007, 2008. And we'd drink a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Christy, the waitress, would like feed us shots.
Nice.
That we couldn't afford.
Yeah.
So you do like a double shot of Jameson, and then my barking got real good. You're out there like, what are you doing? You want to talk? I'm like, all right.
The legend of the drunken barker.
Yeah. But I found out when I was barking, I found out it was like a cheat code. I could sit in the front of the place and smoke cigarettes and just hang out with all the comics. Like when it was warm out, everyone would just hang out front, and I could just like chill and hang out.
Was it Voss and Keith and Norton?
But it was Monday nights, so it was like Norton would come around and he'd be like, shh. But it was like me, List, Ira Proctor, Dan Bolger.
Wow.
Like you would come around sometimes.
A little bit, yeah.
But once in a while, and then it was like Matt Ruby and a bunch of people would be there just kind of hanging out. And List was opening for DePaulo, and List was like, I got to go around to the cellar. DePaulo's there. I got to get my check from last weekend. And I was like, great. And he comes back like he was hosting. So he like ran back out of breath. And he's like, Louis there. He's like, Louis there. And Louis was working on Chewed Up.
Oh!
So it was like he was building Chewed Up. And he's like, Louis doing sets. Go tell him we got a show working. There was like maybe 8 people.
Yeah.
And he's like, go tell him we got a show working. And I was like, okay. Way out of my...
You're like, I'm going to tell him at the well.
I was like, and he's like, you better go, boy. Go get him. And I went over there, and Shaq, R.I.P. Shaq, the bouncer from the cellar, Big J introduced me to him. So he was the only person I knew really on the staff at that point.
Gentle Giant.
Yeah, dude. The best. Shaq was the best. And I was like, Shaq, can I go watch Louis' set? Is he on right now? And Shaq was like, yeah, he's on stage. I'll let you in. So he like walked me downstairs. I watched the back half of Louis' set from the hallway.
Yeah.
He got off, and I was drunk. I was pretty drunk.
Oh, yeah.
We'd been drinking shots.
It's just a bad combo of drunk and
excited
and
stardom.
Nervous.
Yeah.
And your idol is like one of the comedy gods gets off stage.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, he got off stage, and I was like, great set, Louis. And he's like, thanks, man. And I was like, the Village is working. And he goes, what? And I go, the Village is working. And he goes, I don't know. And I go, the Village is working? Like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And he like looks at me in like a very Louis way of like, and I go, I don't know what I'm talking about. And he goes, neither do I. And then he just turned around and walked up the steps, and that was it.
Oh.
And dude, I came back. This is something that's burned in my brain. This is something because Joe is so animated, like stuff. And I'm walking down West 3rd, and I'm coming to the thing, and he's going like this. He's going.
You know
that list? He goes, what do you say? Woo! He goes, is Louis coming?
Yeah.
Is Louis coming? And I go, I told him the Village is working. And he goes, what? And I go, I told him the Village is working. And Liz thinks about it, and he goes, we're in the Village. And I go, I know. I just tried to sound cool. It doesn't make any sense. And that was it. And then anytime Lou would come around, I mean, I quit drinking, but anytime Lou would come around, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, well, we've all had my famous one with Louis where I'm opening for him. We're having a good time hanging out in his hotel room. I'm sitting on his bed. He's at the desk. Liz is in a chair. I think Wolf was there, somebody else. And I thought it'd be funny to rip a huge fart.
Oh.
And he flipped. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck was that? I was like, you're Louis. You're like the fart jerk-off guy. Like, what do you care? And he's like, you're on my bed.
We've been through this, too, where, like, on the Daily Show, there's a clip of him being like,
yes!
You don't find farts funny, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mark literally got this. Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah. Do you want to tell us what you did last Wednesday?
No, what did I do?
You did this show with Louie.
Oh, I did a show with Louie. Yeah, I've like done because of List. I've done a couple shows with Louie. Have not brought up The Village is Working.
No,
I'm surprised List hasn't brought up The Village is
I
Working.
think he would find it funny at this point.
Yeah.
I think he would go like, "Oh, well, you're." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I was being stupid. I was just so excited.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was like, and you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're hitting on a beautiful
That's
woman.
what it is.
Where you're like, I want to make you feel good.
Right, it's
And
like the Eddie Vedder. You talked about the weather. You didn't go, "You're so pretty. Let me take you out." You were like, "Hey, it's cold out." You know? But then you got the number at the end with
I
the photo.
did. Where I was
You
like,
gotta almost just jerk off before you talk to Louie.
Yeah.
Rub one out.
empty the tank.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go, "Oh, you're here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to talk to Dan Natterman. Get out of my way."
You're nothing to me now.
Jerking off before you meet Louis is ironic.
That was like one of those things where we were coming up where I was like, fuck.
We've all had them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had one?
Yeah, I've had a few. Well, yeah, I had one with Louie. I'd rather not mention. 'Cause
Okay.
it's bad. But,
Okay.
But I have. I remember I was on Conan once, and Luke Wilson. I was just hammered afterwards. I was like,
Because you get excited.
yeah, I had a couple whiskeys before I went on, and I'm in the green room, and Luke Wilson, came back. Super nice guy. He's like, "I'm gonna keep my eye on you." Never saw him again, of course. But in the moment, you're like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
And I was drunk, so I was like, "Fucking Royal Tenenbaums and Rushmore Hall of Fame." And no, I think I said Royal Tenenbaums and Old School. You're in the Hall of Fame for those two. And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Okay is never good.
Bad.
Yeah, I was like,
Meeting someone and them going, "Okay."
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I blew that one.
But
yeah.
they do forget. When I first met Seinfeld at the Creek, I
Woo.
went to go see Colin Quinn's One Man when he was running it back in the day.
unconstitutional.
Yes. And Seinfeld's front row because he was directing it or producing it, something. And I went up to him and I went, I was such a retard, drunk, 22-year-old. And I was like, I'm the master of my domain.
Ooh.
And he just went,
Oh.
yeah.
He gave you his bag.
He gave me the back. I'm sure he's heard that 9 million times.
Oh.
It's Ned Beatty, ass rape
Yeah.
quality.
Oh, the
line.
master of my domain. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
You are hitting that one way too late.
I might as well have gone up and gone. "Bam, bam, 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 bam."
He's like,
Yeah.
"What is that? What are you doing?
What's the deal? with
Why are you quoting an old episode?
fans?
Stop."
What did I think was going to happen? He'd go, "Oh shit! You
Dude,
know it, baby."
no one does that.
Yes.
We should hang out.
We
Well,
should hang.
It's funny to watch our friends start to get that now. Like Shane gets people being like, "He's making them at night."
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Shane's like,
Right.
But every time I see that, I don't ever judge those people because I just think of me going, "The Village is working."
Yeah.
So like anytime I see someone Shane go like, "I'm a dog, Shane.
Right.
I'm making them at night," and he's like, "All right." I'm like, "I get it, buddy. 20 years you're gonna regret that."
Yeah. Well, what can you say? Because you want to show you know them, but you don't want to. I don't know. You got one opportunity. What do you say?
Yeah, I don't. That's gotta suck
It's tough. You want to kill it,
because
but-
you got to be like okay about it.
right?
Yeah, no, that's a fan. You have to be nice to someone who is supporting your
Yeah.
stuff.